Joining us now to discuss the attack in New Orleans and the explosion in Las Vegas is Jim Fuda, Vice Chairman of Crime Stoppers Global Solutions. Jim, thank you so much for joining us. Now, there's been a major reversal with the FBI now saying the attacker worked alone. What do you make of this reversal?
Well, the simple answer is that the further investigation showed what they thought yesterday not to be the fact. They checked his phone, his texts, social media, his computer, and then even follow up with family and friends to find out that this guy was a lone wolf.
Now, the street that Jabbar, the suspect, drove down used to have metal barriers called bollards, but they were removed for repair ahead of the Sugar Bowl. The city says they had hardened those areas with cars and barriers, but the truck managed to get around them. How preventable do you think this was?
Well, crowd management in any large crowd is difficult, and the larger the crowd and the more open the venue is, makes it real difficult. But a risk assessment was done on this. The type of event, background of similar events, estimated size of the crowd, even the time of day and weather matters, and the possibility for violence. That was all checked. And when these are put together, there is an incident command post that brings all the critical infrastructure together for the decision making, and then there's an operational command post where those key decisions are made as the situation is fluid and is ever changing. So I think they did all that they could for the information that they had at the time.
And Jim, do you think it's possible that the suspect learned of these missing ballers, perhaps scoped out the area and took advantage of a gap he saw?
Well, I'm thinking that given this guy's background, that he definitely did his scouting ahead of time and looked around. And the thing too, he used a vehicle. Is a lot harder to trace for people that's going to commit a crime like this. And also, you have to consider the time of day. The event actually, the main focus of the event was around midnight. This was 3:15 in the morning, where most likely NOLA PD was starting to break things down, and a lot of the guard at this point was starting to let down, thinking the event was winding down and going to be over. And this is when he decided to hit.
And the FBI says they recovered a black ISIS flag from the truck and that they are investigating the incident as a terror attack. How concerned do you think authorities and officials should be that more attacks like this could be on the way?
Well, look, you have a lone radicalized individual, a lone wolf that does this kind of thing. There's more people out there that are on the same philosophy. So it's obviously possible that we could have more of this. And this is where the public family get involved, where they can notice changes in the personality of their loved ones or their neighbors that should be reported. If you feel that there's something changing about this person, you can even report it through Crime Stoppers or remain anonymous, so you don't have to feel like you're turning somebody in, and at least that information could be useful in the future.
And Jim, there was also the Tesla Cybertruck explosion outside the Trump Hotel in Vegas. The FBI says that at this time, they haven't found a definitive link between the two incidents. Both suspects used the car-sharing app Turo to rent their vehicles, which the company confirmed in a statement, saying they don't believe either of them had criminal backgrounds. Besides the app, what other indicators might authorities be looking for to see whether the two attacks are linked?
Well, I think what they'll be doing the same thing with the individual in Las Vegas that they did in New Orleans. They'll be checking with family, friends, social media, his computer to see where he was at and see if there were any more similarities other than they had military backgrounds. And I think we'll be hearing more about that in the coming days.
And given these recent attacks, there was also that shooting in Queens, New York last night. What can people do to stay safe, especially if they are going to be in crowded public places?
Right. This gets down to situational awareness. Know your surroundings, know your exits, look for places if you have to hide that you have to hide. And for more information, you can go to YouTube and you can search Crime Stoppers situational awareness. We have a 6-minute video out there that's based on strictly on an active shooter model, but all the principles apply to even what happened the last couple of days here. So it's something to consider to help keep you and your family safe.
Jim Fuda, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.